I look like death. I want the 50 family. I'm not dead yet. Not planning on it for a long time, but holy crap, you
See,
know?
that's the good thing about being over 50. They can't tell the difference between you got up at 3 o'clock or you're just old because you have that same look. Some mornings, some
Oh
mornings I
yeah.
feel this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I told Susan right before we went live. I said I don't have a brain, so here we go. Let's do something. But that's not necessarily anything different than any other day.
Right?
It's just
That's
maybe not firing on quite as many pistons today.
Well, I want
But
to
that's
do
all right.
before we continue, I want to give a shout out and I want to make sure I say it right. So, Nails 2K, so the number 2 and the letter K, Salon, 4202 North Lake Boulevard. I was at an event the other night and I love the girls' French manicure. And I'm like, where did you get those? So she told me, and she told me to
Okay.
ask for Amy. And I went over, and I have to say, when Amy's first doing it, I'm having a little bit of panic attack because I'm very particular about my nails and my eyebrows, as you all know.
I do.
Um, Especially with the nails, because I am very fortunate. I have strong nails that grow fast. So when they start doing stuff, yeah. But anyway, I have to say, Amy, great job. Check these babies out.
Oh,
She,
they're beautiful.
they're beautiful. They're
Absolutely
absolutely
beautiful.
stunning. She wanted to do a powder dip, which I'm not big on that because I don't like. I'm very cautious how nail polish is removed because I don't want it to damage my nails. And I've had, I did years ago one time fake nails. Never do it again for me because it damages my nails. But she did an awesome job. And then I continued on. I just was in one of those moods that I needed an all day care and to feel good about myself. So I did a facial and scalp treatment by Serana, Serana. She's fairly new to this salon. Oh my God. I was there for 85 minutes. It was incredible. I mean, she kept doing stuff to my head and rubbing it and scrubbing it with all kinds of things. It is a bed you lay on, and then your head is on like a sponge. So it was extremely comfortable, especially laying there long. She did a facial, she did an upper body massage, she did a hand massage. It was what I needed. It was
That
just
is
what I
amazing.
needed. So I
That's
just see
amazing.
that we're back. So apparently we disappeared.
We
Um,
disappeared for a minute, so I don't know if they heard all of that, to be honest, because
oh crap.
it kicked me completely out. The last thing I heard you say was you were concerned about your nails, and then I heard about the massage.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. In fact, I thought we were going to have to get on an entirely new link because you were gone.
Modern
So
technology. It's so awesome.
I know.
So anyway, I'll show them again. She
Yes, show
did
the
a
nails.
fabulous job. They are powder dipped. Did a great hand massage, which is always my favorite part of a manicure anyway. And I forgot to say, she also did a pedicure. And I did the French on that as well because I have an event to go to tomorrow night. But it was fantastic. But the part you missed then was I decided I just
Okay.
kind of needed, I was a bleh mood and I did an all over treatment day. So I did a facial and head massage. Serena, Serana. Oh my God. She used like 5 different tools on my head. It was a bed that you lay on with a sponge your head is on. So it was so comfortable. And when she started doing the head, because your hair gets wet, it's going to get cold. There is like, she did something that there was this stream of water running down my neck, warm water, the whole time she was doing it. Yeah, it was, I've never seen anything like this. It's just,
no. So did it was I mean was it it almost sounds like it'd be comfortable but weird. Was it weird or just
when she
comfortable?
first turned it on, it was weird. I'm like, whoa, what the hell's that? And she said, I'm going to run some warm water so you don't get cold. Well, yeah, but I didn't think that. It was actually really cool. And then
That
she
is
did
cool.
towards the end part of the facial, she put, I'm assuming it was a towel across my eyes. And she said, I'm going to run a little bit of warm water. So same thing when it first did it, I'm like, I mean, I had my eyes closed, but it was like, whoa. But then that warm water running over my face while she did my head. I mean, I'm going to have to go
Wow.
prostitute on the corner to make enough money. I mean, it was 85 minutes and it was $130. So I think that was very reasonable for what she did.
Oh,
I got a neck massage, sinus, shoulders, and hand. I thought it was the
for
best
that
bang for
much
my
money?
buck.
For
Yeah,
how much? $135?
135.
Oh, are you kidding? It's
I know.
way worth it.
Way
Wow.
worth it. Way worth it. Like I said, I've got to save up and do that again. And I highly recommend her. Again, it's Nails to Salon. We'll put the link in
Yeah.
They're a little bit later today, 4202 North Lake. It's called Palm Beach Gardens. I always think it's North Palm Beach because it's right at that cutoff. But Amy and Serrana, I don't know. The rest might be fabulous, but why risk it? Go with the two that I'm recommending.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. No, that's the one of the things when we come to visit, I'll save up and make sure I have money and let's make an appointment
Save
because
for that.
I don't
Absolutely.
down here, and I say this with love, but we don't have as much technology. We're not quite there. We have a couple of salons and spas and things, but it's not anything that I've found like you've got in West Palm or anywhere in
Well,
Florida.
it's a smaller area, so you have to
Exactly.
have the customers to be able to afford those really cool things. Hello, Johnny Marisol. Thanks for joining us. We won't be talking all about girly stuff here for a moment, so give me a moment. But yeah, that's the one thing I do love about living in a city with several cities around you is what's available to you. It's just
Exactly.
insane. It is
It's
absolutely insane.
between food, but anything,
Oh,
everything. I know. Yeah.
it is. It's so cool.
Oh
So
yeah.
we didn't have a topic today, and I'm always saving memes that I like to put on my Facebook all the time. And then I'm also saving several that I'm going to do little reels because you people like reels. So I have to do reels, even
The way
though,
of the
yeah.
world.
So
Yep.
I thought we could do some
Some
fun
funny
ones.
men. I like that.
And okay, that's funny because
Now you can't
apparently,
find them.
oh, no, I skipped. I went to the wrong thing. I was in my what the 50, and then all of a sudden I skipped to my camera roll and didn't know it. And I'm like, why are my receipts in my what the 50? Oh, when
No.
you're just old. So this one might be you this morning. I haven't had my coffee yet, and you're making eye contact. Bold.
And I have not had any coffee. I haven't even had time to have coffee. I haven't had time because I have baby bunnies. You didn't hear about that, did
Yeah,
you?
I did.
Did you
I'm
see
just
my?
like,
You just ignored it.
I just ignored it. Yeah, I just went, Jesus criminy, Danica, what the hell? You
Yeah,
already.
thank you, broken rib for nothing. I have a broken rib from trying to not have baby bunnies, diving over the cage, getting the baby bunny, boy bunny off the girl bunny, and
Okay,
for
first I'm
nothing.
going to say if you've never had bunnies, you do not put a male and female bunny together at all.
Oh hush it! They
Bunny,
were
have you ever heard doing it like rabbits, reproducing like or whatever those little cliches are? There's a reason,
fuck
Danica.
like bunnies, is what
Well,
they
I'm sorry
say.
you broke a rib to do it, but yes, Danica posted yesterday or the day before she had all these baby bunnies, and I'm just like, Jesus criminy.
They're
Danica,
they're
what the hell?
they're
Because you
so
need
cute.
something else to take care of in your.
Yes, I did. Thank you. God, I'm telling you.
The only
I
good news
swear.
is Easter's around the corner, so you might get some people to take your baby bunnies.
Oh yeah. I told everybody at my show yesterday we're peeing their pants because I've been trying to sing with a broken rib, right? So my audience has been so gracious because it is not easy. And there's been a couple times I literally cried in my show because I'll do something and
Oh,
then I
you
keep
literally
singing.
broke a rib. I thought you were
Oh,
being sarcastic.
no,
Oh,
I literally broke a rib.
oh
No, I had a
shit.
broken rib for 2 months and trying to function and trying. I thought it was just popped out, but no, it would have been healed if it was popped out. And I heard a big crunch, and that's a whole different thing. But anyway,
Good lord.
so anyway, yeah. So I have baby bunnies. They're very cute, and I don't need anything more to do. But oh my god, it is what it is. And Easter's they're going to be
I
ready in
just
8 weeks.
can't. Oh my god.
Gosh. I told
Okay.
people yesterday. I said I will pay you to take these bunnies.
Well, I'm from Indiana. Wait about a year and you have some good rabbit stew.
I love it. Hey, there you go. Well, yeah, I told Emerald. I said I was going to show them to somebody. She said, "No, they'll just eat them." I said, "They're not big enough to eat yet." I
Yeah,
said,
they're
"They're
not.
one bite a piece," and she said, "No, you can get 2 bites out of each one of them."
Go Emerald. I was going to say a little
Go Emerald.
appetizer, but
Yeah,
And they don't
exactly.
have any fur yet, so you don't even have to, pull all the fur off.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, you don't have to. It's terrible.
oh, we'll probably hear about that.
We're not gonna eat the bunnies. I promise.
Okay.
Anyway, hi Tampa Bay and Philip. Good to see you. Always love you so much.
Good
Thanks for
morning,
joining us.
Mr. Philip.
Oh my gosh, we're doing memes. I've got one. So, do you guys, any of you out there, anybody that comes to my house, and I don't know if you notice it, Susan, because I will be honest, when I knew you were coming to my house, I cleaned my desktop and I organized everything because I knew you'd be sitting in front of my computer and I didn't want you to go nuts because I always have so much shit open
I
on my
appreciate that.
computer. But
I have clutter
seriously,
anxiety, so I do greatly appreciate that.
And with a 7-year-old and animals and this small condo, I like things nice and neat too, and it's very difficult. So that's part of why I look like this a lot of the time. But I cleaned up my desktop and all the things. But I'm looking at my computer right now, and I'll just read this mem. My brain has 47 tabs open, like my computer, but none of them are responding.
Now that I
Like
can
my
relate to.
computer.
That I can relate to all the time. I'm like, stop,
Oh my
focus
gosh.
on one file. Yeah, just stay focused.
Yeah.
But
I've got
I
my
don't.
email and my Facebook and my this and my exercise thing and
Somebody
it's
wants to
like,
say hello this morning.
good morning,
This is
Fiona.
this little crazy Miss Fiona.
Good morning.
Oh my God! Yesterday, so I had to take the dogs to their vet for their annual checkup. Cha-ching! Holy shit! And they decided that Raina had whatever and needed her teeth cleaned. Okay, I like to take care of the dogs. So I take Raina back. We won't even talk about that. Her bill was 4 times what it cost me to get my teeth clean. Of course, they don't put me under, so that might be
That's
a fourth of it. But so I take Raina, and for those of you who have not met Psycho Fiona, Fiona does not like to be alone. So I was gonna just leave her in the crate, and go. Yeah, that anyway. I end up taking her with me. We come back, and Raina went in at 8:00 and couldn't be picked up till 3:00. So all day long, Fiona was letting me know Sis is missing. She cried, she whined, she looked around. I tried everything to convince her. God help me if anything ever happens to Raina. Finally, by about 1:00, she realized she just whatever is not here. But I have to tell you, Danica, I should have videoed it. When I brought Raina home, because I did finally decide, Fiona, you're going to stay in the crate till I'm gone. And for those of you who have never heard before when I was in my backyard one time and Fiona didn't want to come out, next thing I know, my doorbell rings and it's my neighbor who thinks my dog is dying because of the soprano singing that she likes to do. Oh my God. I'm like, she's fine. Look in, see, she's fine. So I turn up the 80s
she's
music.
Psycho.
Oh, she's psycho sometimes. And she's not like that all the time, thank God, because I would have already put her down. But and I'm not joking. But I thought if anybody is walking by.
Found her a home.
Yeah, in the grave. But who else would put up with this dog? I thought, my God, if somebody walks by, so I had the music cranked up. So I walk in, I'm like, holy shit, I got to turn the music down. This dog goes psycho. Poor Raina, she's like still half drugged, and here's Fiona like, you're home. And Raina's going.
That's awesome.
And the funny part was I knew Raina was stoned. They said, she'll sleep, blah, blah, blah. She goes over to the couch, and a few minutes later, I look over at her, and she's like, I have never seen this dog with her tongue hanging out. And I kind of first went, oh shit, is she dead?
She okay?
So I felt her. She was alive, but she was just stoned. So yeah, the things we go through for animals.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's crazy. Well, no, I'm taking my cat back to the vet tomorrow to get her checkup because she had a UTI. Right? One doctor told me that she had liver problems, so I changed all their food. I've been feeding her baby food, chicken, all the things. I gave away $150 worth of cat food because it's food that she's not supposed to eat for her liver.
Never
right?
do that again because a lot of times they're wrong. Just FYI.
Well, yeah, I got a second opinion, and her liver's, she's 15, she's fine. So it's like shit. I gave all that away, and then I gave her the medicine for the UTI because she was bleeding. She had a UTI, a bacteria infection. I got to take her back tomorrow for the follow up. The follow up is $135. The other was $400. I'm in $550, and then they want me to take her in to get her an echogram of her heart because they think her heart's enlarged, and then they want to make
sure. That's at the point Danica does. She's 15 years old, which means she's like 80.
Yeah, and so that's another
$800
and she'll have to be on medication all the rest of her life. And I said, no. In fact, I don't even know if I'm going to take her tomorrow. As long as she's not bleeding, her bacteria is gone. So I might do that just to make sure because that's a pain in the ass.
And we need people to chime in because I know my sister and my friend Kathy with their cats were diagnosed, need to be on special food, yada yada. They did it first, and they said, I just honestly can't afford this, and they quit, and their cats are fine 2 years later.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so since you threw out the money, anybody thinking of listing their house, please call me because my dogs have been to the vet. Total of $850 2 days ago. for their rabies shot, blah, blah, blah. Minimum required, just what's required by law, because apparently there is a law, a minimum required for your dogs. Even though my dogs do not go out in public, they're only in my yard. You like that? So
Yep.
yeah. And then yesterday for the tooth cleaning, $737.
Oh, are you kidding me?
And that's not that person, that vet overcharging me. That's the going rate. So, years ago when I saw pet insurance and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Which I still think is ridiculous. But, I bring this up quite often that it just pisses me off and irritates me because it is getting to the point people can't afford to have pets and families need pets. Kids need pets.
Older
These
people
costs,
need pets. They're companions.
they are
Yes.
companions. They are little mini therapists. I mean,
Yep.
my dogs absolutely are therapists, which then you balance it out, figure out it's a lot cheaper than a therapist. But
True.
for the fact that it costs me $175 to have my teeth clean, and it costs $700 some to have my dog's teeth clean,
I'm sorry. That is absolutely ridiculous.
it's ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous.
That I just spent over
Can't you just buy a
$1,500 in
doggy
2 days.
toothbrush?
Speaking of that, they're calling. Probably to check on seeing how she's doing. She's doing fine, but mom's still having a stroke from the vet bill. You got anything for
Tell 'em
that? Can I have some
No.
doggy downers that I can take?
Yeah. Oh,
And
when I
again-
talked to my vet yesterday, because I was checking on the appointment, I said, so let me know what it's going to be so I'm prepared. I expected for a follow-up exam, $50, $75, right?
Exactly.
$130.
Exactly.
So
What do what do you say? And I'm a budget girl, and when I say budget, I literally mean tomorrow and 20 years from now, because that's just me. And so
Yeah.
when you're doing your house budget, you already are having to guesstimate, hey, what's a refrigerator going to cost in 10 years versus now? So I double everything, thinking, okay, in 10 years I have to replace everything. Hopefully 10 years I make it. And when you go to do the vet, I have no clue. I have no clue. And it makes me sad that these, as you say, especially older, meaning us, as we've entered that world, not entering it, we've entered it. Yes, I want to have pets when I get older and I don't do much,
yeah.
and all of that. Am I going to be able to afford it? I don't want my dogs to suffer, but I also look at this and I am going to analyze this bill.
Yeah.
How much of that needs to be done?
Right.
Now, this county requires rabies shots for dogs in case
Right.
they get rabies and in case they bite somebody else. Well, again, my dogs don't go out of the yard. I have a whatever it is, 8-foot privacy fence. Even if something got in here and gave them rabies, they're not going to give rabies to anybody else.
No.
This happened years ago in Indiana, and I don't think I've told this story. Yes, I know, but no kisses. I lived in the country, and I get a tax bill. This is on my tax bill, my property tax bill, that an agricultural charge for my 2 dogs.
Agricultural charge? What the hell's that?
That's what I said. What the hell is that? So now, before I continue, I had a miniature Australian Shepherd and I had a Corgi. These are
Okay.
both well-known natural animal herders. You don't even have to train them. It's just
Yeah.
natural.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I called and said, what the hell is this? That is a charge in case your animals get out and go and kill any neighbor's livestock. So,
Because your neighbor has livestock?
well, yeah, I lived in the country. Everybody had.
That's when you were in the
everybody
country.
had
Sorry. Okay.
horses. Yeah, sorry. But I'm thinking, so wait a minute. I'm being charged in case, not they did it. In case they do it, I'm being charged. And then the second part is I'm being charged for my 2 dogs who might go kill livestock. And I said, these are the breeds I have, and they were full bred actually. You realize that their life is to protect livestock and take
Yeah.
them away from danger. They will get in between a coyote and livestock. That
Yeah.
is what God trained them to do. Well, yeah, but you never know. And I said, I'm not paying that. That is ridiculous. I can't even believe I'm having this conversation. And they said, well,
Yeah.
you have to, or we'll put a lien against your property. Well, me
Are
being
you
me, and for
kidding
those of
me?
you that are just tuning in, I do speak what's on my mind. And I said, well, I
Yeah,
tell you
that's
what,
bullshit.
hold on a second. So I go grab my gun, and I lived on 10 acres, so don't freak out, people. I went and grabbed my gun, and I went out and aimed it towards the tree, and I shot twice, and I said, take the fucking dogs off my thing. I no longer have them. I just killed them and hung up. Now, of course, I didn't kill my dogs, but what the fuck?
is
I mean, it is
absolutely
so ridiculous. This shit. I know it is. And of course, now I have to
brilliant.
mention I live in a very small town. So that got out very quickly. And
That
people
is
were calling
brilliant.
me going, "Did you shoot your dogs?" And I said, "As far as the
Yes.
tax assessor is concerned, yes, I did." I mean, come on. This is so ridiculous. It is so
It's yeah.
ridiculous. And like I said,
No,
I'll go
it's
back and look at this vet thing. And I just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what to say with this shit anymore. I just don't even know what to say about it.
it's everywhere you look, everything is so ridiculously expensive. I don't know what to say about it either. My bunny rabbits eat lettuce, and they're an extra $50 a week. They eat lettuce because lettuce is so expensive now. Everything is so expensive. You know.
I'm going to tell you on the lettuce one, I'm going to do it next week. I already have it scheduled. I told you I got that cool little Chef Preserve vacuum packer. That's for
Uh
old
huh.
people. I say it's for anybody, but it's for old people because it's so light. Diana told me I bragged about it so much. Diana went and bought one, and so we've been doing. Well, let's just play around and see what it does. So she told me, and I experimented, and she is correct. I love romaine lettuce, but I get it usually in the 3-pack. Well, it dies so quickly.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Get a bunny.
No, I'm not getting a bunny. 2 weeks. God, no, I will never get a bunny. I had a bunny as a kid. I knew not to get a bunny as an adult for the 2 reasons, 3 reasons, 4 reasons you've just spoke of, especially the broken rib part. I put my romaine in there and vacuum packed it. I opened it a few days later, pulled out what I needed, vacuum packed it again. It is still fresh and crisp, and it's been 2 weeks. So just
See,
FYI,
maybe
you might want to save up for that. And again, I'll check. I think it was only like $59. It was very, very reasonable. And now that I'm on this vet thing, I have it right here. So that's what I kept looking back and forth at people. I have to pull it up. We have to go over this because what could possibly cost that? So
yeah, I agree.
mini profile chemistry CBC. Don't even know what that
That's,
is, but
that's
it
blood
costs
work.
$195.60. Leptospiriosis vaccine booster, $49.50. Kennel cough, $34.56. Now, I should have actually asked for an estimate prior because I don't need to get my dog's kennel cough. They don't go to the kennel. So
And
that's
how
on
much
me.
was that?
$34.56
Okay.
per dog. So shame on me for not asking. Adult health care assessment, $85.12. Intestinal parasite test, $67.40. Heartworm test, $85.50. Now, here's what gets me about the heartworm test. I spend a fortune on heartworm medicine, and
Yeah.
yet every year I have to have them tested to make sure it's working. Now, if you guys don't know the whole history about this, when I got my dogs, neither one had heartworm. And a year later, my dogs had heartworm. I am religious. It's on my calendar. It pings me 2 days, 1 day, and the day of to take this heartworm because I'm so paranoid of forgetting it. Both
Yeah.
my dogs got heartworm. They are 2 totally different weights, so it's different same brand, but different heartworm. Yeah. Now,
So
you know me, I threw a fit and they end up paying for the treatment. So what's the point of either A, heartworm medicine, or B, the test? Okay, carrying
anyway,
on.
yeah.
Biohazard waste fees, $7.66.
So, is that in case they poop while they're there?
I guess it's in case they poop while they're in there, or maybe whatever waste they're getting rid of that's bad.
Like
I mean, their
they're
thing
drawing the
looks
blood.
almost as
They're drawing
bad.
the blood and the fluids, I guess, to test it. So they have to get. It
It
costs that
looks
much to get
almost
rid of
like
it.
the human thing now. You know, you go to the doctor and it's like, can you just give me one fee? And I don't give a shit what you did. It was $500. You did whatever you had to do. But this breakdown stuff, I'm not kidding. It looks like a human report.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, it was $855.08 for 2 dogs for an annual checkup. That was not even going to be the topic. I'm so
So
sorry I got off on that shit, but
that's
it
okay.
just blows my
This is my
mind.
question to you though: is it you scolded yourself for not asking for a breakdown? They should do it automatically. My vet comes out and says, "Here's the estimate. You let me know what you want to do." Because they wanted to do a $1,200 thing on my cat, my other cat, and he had so many problems that I'm like, I'll spend $1,200 on it, and then he'll be on medication the rest of his life anyway. And I would have been surprised if he had a year left. And so I let him just live until I knew he couldn't, until he was in pain. And then did I think the humane thing, and we put him
I
down.
agree with your choice. I
And
think
same with
it's
Canty.
kind of like humans. When they get a certain age, quit giving them all the shit. Let them just have whatever quality of life they have left for what they have left. I
Yep.
mean, I don't want to be taking 20 pills a day.
Nope.
I don't. I won't. I just, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
again,
agree.
everybody do your own thing. There's some people that, want to look at every option they possibly can to live as long as they can. I'm more about quality than quantity. Yeah, I said that
Well,
right.
yeah.
Quality than quantity. I don't need
But
to have a 99-year ticket on my birthday party. I want to stay instead. Whatever life she lived, damn, she lived good and she had fun.
exactly, because I told you already that Emerald told me that when I dance at her 50th birthday, I'll be 100, and I'm not allowed to have a walker or a cane. So I better take care of my shit.
Better take
but
care of your.
I'm not unless I'm bleeding or broken, I don't go to the doctor.
Well, I'm the same, and
I
and I think that's a big. I think the environment you grew up as a kid, and I've always said that I grew up on a farm, and I think that plays a big part of it. But I also think, I'm anti-pharma, and my dad
me
was
too.
anti-pharma, and I contribute a lot of that to my health. I don't take things. And when the doctor's like, da, 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 da. So I have to tell you, a year ago, I had my blood work done, and they were like, a little concerned about this, a little concerned about that. And I'm like, so what do I need to do? Well, we can give you cholesterol medicine. And I'm like, nope, medicine's not the option. What do I need
Yep.
to do? What do
Yeah.
I need to do to prevent it? They gave me some options. Went a month ago, had it. He's like, oh my God, I'm so pleased with your blood work. No meds.
Well, and the thing that's amazing and sad, so ridiculously sad, is you have to ask for options. Doctors aren't allowed to give you alternatives other than medicine. And I've
That is
talked to doctors.
true.
That is in their this is what we're serving today. This pill and this pill and this pill, and this is what they give you. And that's why so many of us are misdiagnosed and people are taking medications they don't need because they're
Yeah.
forced to do it. And that's just, I'm sorry, but that
That
should
is
be illegal.
wrong.
It's horrific.
I will say too, though, I have some good doctor friends, and they also, for so many years, people don't do what they recommend they do to make the change.
Sure.
And I have two friends that are severe diabetics and not child born. So it happened later. Child born's a very different story. Instead of not eating that key lime pie, they'll eat that key lime pie and then shoot themselves up with medicine.
Of course.
Now,
Of
that's not a
course.
choice I would make. Again, everybody do your own thing. I'm not.
Yeah. It's live your life, do your thing, but that's
But for
that's not the
me,
doctor's fault. That's your
yeah,
fault.
I made some changes to my lifestyle. I started doing some working out. I changed, my eating habits that had gotten really bad after COVID because I didn't give a shit. And it made a
Hey,
difference.
we
Yeah.
have our
So
moments.
I agree with you. I am so anti big pharma. The other thing that I think really scares me, this is just vitamins. Just an example. This is just vitamins. I started doing some research 4 or 5 years ago as I'm getting older and I need to increase the vitamins that my body's not naturally producing, and or we're not getting it from the lack of quality of food. That's a big
Exactly.
part of it.
Oh,
So
heck yeah.
again,
Our
you can
vegetables aren't
get
near as nutritious.
no, you can get all those vitamins and minerals from your food, but not nowadays. So
Right.
it was so interesting that it's not on the bottle. It's not out there being preached every day. And I'm going to do a segment on it one of these days just to go through it. I've posted it a couple of times. There are certain things you take in the morning. There's certain things you
Yeah.
should take at night. There
Yeah.
are certain ones you should take together to be better. And there's certain ones, if you take them together, you've canceled them out.
Exactly.
So if you don't know this and you're just taking your vitamins like you should, and it's basically pointless.
Yep.
Why
You
is
have
that
to
not on a
research it
bottle that says when you take magnesium, take it with zinc and take it at night?
at night.
That's what it should say. Because those are the
I have
two.
magnesium and zinc, and I take it at night.
But is it on the bottle? Hell no.
I'll have to look. I don't know, but I am
My
one of those
bottles are
people
not.
like you. I research. This is what I need. Tell me what I need, and tell me how to take it. So I do. I have my
We
mornings
have
and my
to.
afternoon, and everything. Like I take pea protein because I don't want all of the. There's so many proteins out there that have all the sugars
Oh,
and all the
that's
shit.
cool.
So I take 100% pea protein, and I do my collagen. My collagen is very natural, and I've got all the stuff. But I research to the point where I know every ingredient and what I'm taking, when to take it, what to take it with. Make sure that some of them you have to have fats. You have to have a certain amount of fat in your body or they won't absorb.
Take first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Take right after you eat. Take when you're eating. We have to research these things, people, or it's just pointless that you're doing it. And you're
And you're
right. The
wasting
protein is a
money.
whole topic on itself of how there's so many bad protein shakes out there for you.
Yes.
So bad. And
That's
yet
why I changed to this.
you think you're helping yourself,
Yeah.
and you're not. You're actually sitting there destroying. The other thing that I switched to, and I don't even know how many years ago, I'm going to say 95% of my vitamins are liquid. I
Yeah.
do not take
They
pills
absorb.
because, again, they don't break down. If a lot of them, if you do the research, if they sit there on your stomach, can actually burn a hole in your stomach. Yay, that's awesome. Here, I think I'm taking my vitamin and I'm burning a hole. So most of them I do oral, under the tongue. 2 of them I will tell you I do, and it just grosses me out when I do them because they're horrible, is I do my omega-3 now in a liquid, which that is not on the tongue. I know. Oh my God. It's just
Awful. Awful.
and my cod liver oil. I also do, I know, but those are 2 very, very important. I do try to get them as often as I can from salmon, blah, 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 but you just can't get enough. You just
No.
can't. So
Well, I don't like
as you get old,
salmon, so
oh, then you're screwed. No, I'm just kidding. There's other ways, but I get it. Basically, think any oily, fatty fish. So you can get it from tuna. There are other things, but yeah, salmon is a
yeah,
great one, and I love salmon, so it works out for
yeah,
me. And then there's a couple of them that I do that you do sit under your tongue, and they're fine sitting under your tongue. It's just when you go to swallow them, it's just that thick, oily.
yeah.
And one of them's like
Yep. But you know
DK,
what? It's
those
worth it.
kind of
I
ones.
do moringa too. I do my little shake in the morning with my collagen, my protein, and I do moringa powder because
I do
moringa is
moringa
really good for
tea.
you. So I put like this much orange juice because I don't want lots of sugar, but you
Right.
have to mix it with something because moringa does not taste good in the powder because they crush up the
It's
stems
very
as
bitter.
well. The tea is much better. The tea doesn't taste as bitter, but it's not as you don't get the whole plant. And so I do it, and by the time I'm done, it's this thick green stuff. Sometimes I put a little bit, a dash of monk fruit in it, just so that because it's natural sugar, so that way I can get it down. But I'm not going to, supplement because I got away from those protein powders and things with all the sugars and stuff for that purpose. So I'm
And
not
those
just
words
going
you
to put
can't
it all
pronounce that
back
are
in
30
it.
letters wrong.
Yeah. So I'm
You
gonna,
notice I didn't say long, I said wrong.
yeah, I love it. And so I do it, and it's Emerald sometimes looks at me and says, "How do you drink that?" And I said, "Because I'm doing it in the most healthy way I can do it to get the nutrients in my body without, I don't know, you just that's what you do because I want to be healthy, and you just do what you need to do, and it's not always tastes like gummy bears, right?
You know, Living a healthy lifestyle isn't delicious.
No, it
Do you
is and
remember
it
as a
isn't.
kid when you had to eat your vegetables and because of that stage in your life, they all tasted disgusting? My parents were not one that said, "Oh, I'll cover it up with cheese then or salt or butter." No. You're
They said
eating
eat your
it.
damn vegetables.
You're eating your vegetables, and my mother would say, because you need them, not
Yeah,
because you want them.
yeah.
And it's the
Because
same thing
people
as an
forget
adult.
that food is for fuel. Food is for fuel. I am such a foodie, and I know you are too.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, we love going and have those beautiful gourmet dishes and all the beautiful things and the béarnaise sauce and the yum yum yum.
Fried chicken, mashed
However,
potatoes, I could eat it every day.
oh my God, you know what I grew up on is mashed potatoes and homemade chicken noodle soup over the top of mashed potatoes. If that's not something you've never experienced, it's and some people
We
look at
did
me
it with
like,
dumplings.
oh,
We
yep,
actually
so
did a
similar,
bowl of dumplings and put a scoop of mashed potatoes, so it's the same concept.
same concept. Oh my God. And look, I just got, it's just so funny. I got chills
What's
thinking
it
about it
called?
because it was
Comfort
a
food.
family recipe that just,
Comfort
and
food
I've
is
never,
delicious. That's why it's called comfort food. It gives you a big, warm, I love you hug as it's killing you. And again,
well, but is it? That's
it's
the thing.
moderation. It's moderation.
Exactly. Because you look at the farmers, and I know now our life expectancy is much higher, and a lot of that is due to refrigeration. We can preserve our foods better, et cetera, et cetera. But now we went from natural good foods that were living longer because we can keep them fresher, and now we're putting chemicals in them to keep them fresher and killing us,
Yeah.
right? So it's like, fuck, what do you do? And you can't even
Well,
grow your own stuff because the seeds you get are GMO and they're
the
already
soil.
the soil is shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's the
crazy.
challenge nowadays. And you know that with my garden. That was the challenge is, hey, I'm fine doing my own garden, but yeah, you have to start out with quality to begin with. But what can we do? What can we do? Well, you know what? People, we got to get up and we got to start talking. We have to get up and start talking about it. I love Food Babe.
Yeah.
You know, I talk about her all the time. There's so many other ones that they're out there. Food Babe is the one that got Kellogg's, by the way. You do know Food Babe, even though you don't think you know Food Babe. She's the one that got all the food coloring out of the Kellogg's mac and cheese. She's on a roll. She's getting our food to match what those companies are selling across seas because those people won't accept it. So,
No.
yeah, we have to quit buying the products. We have to start talking about it and
Yep.
make these companies quit making
Wake
such a
up.
profit. They still can make a profit, of course.
Yes. You don't need $10 billion. Just get $5 billion and keep us healthy.
Oh, I wish it was just 10 billion. Yeah, you don't need
You know what I
seven.
mean? That's just,
I know.
yeah. Yeah.
You don't need 7 vacation homes. 1 or 2,
No.
good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we'll have to do a whole episode on. I watched a guy the other day. It popped up on Facebook. Built 107,000. So that's 107, comma 000 square foot home.
For?
Ego.
I mean,
Ego.
who's living in this home?
I don't know. He just finished it. I assume he is, or I think he's trying to sell it because the last one was like 58,000 square foot. So somebody must have bought it. It has like 5 pools, 4 kitchens. It is.
Send me the link. I want to see it.
Okay, I will go back and
Send me the
find
link.
it. And the insane part, they actually had to do 3 segments because the segments are going to be too long video in this house. The
And who was
insane
it?
part of that is going back to whoever is buying that, unless you're an Arabian prince. I think your corporations might be making an excessive amount of money. I mean,
You
again, that's
think?
just an ego that you need something like that. I'm all about you work hard, you make your money, you should get to spend it the way you want. You know that. I am very much a conservative when it comes to those things. However, I also think there is living beyond what I need to make me happy, and I can use some of that money to help people that are struggling.
Yeah. I just pulled it up and I found one that built a 70,000 square foot home.
Nope,
Saudi
107.
prince.
And it was just completed apparently. So
They're just not, yeah, they're not putting it up.
I'll go
So
back
you
and
have to
find
send me
it.
the message. I'm very curious. That is insane.
That's insane. Again,
Insane.
that's wow. Yeah. And now that I've mentioned it, it's probably going to pop up on Facebook again anyway.
Well, there you go. Exactly. Now, yeah, because they're listening.
Oh, aren't
So
they?
we give them the right to do that the minute we sign our cell phone and our computer bills.
Oh my goodness. It's funny because I literally do sometimes when I want to know something like this, I will continue because I have Facebook open now. I will continuously repeat. I'd love to see that episode again on the 107,000 square foot home that I saw yesterday. Because guess what? They will grant my wish.
Oh, are you kidding? Yes, they will.
Yes, they will. Yeah, I'm opening up. Of course, I have way too many Facebooks, but we'll see. I'm sure it will pop up, or I'll try to do some research on it. Now, don't get me wrong. Wow, holy crap. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. All the features that it had was insane. But it was funny. The guy interviewing him did the outdoor kitchen. Well, there were several outdoor kitchens. One was for the chefs for the catering for parties, and one was if you wanted to have it yourself. But the guy goes, normally I'll point out that this is a dishwasher and this is an ice maker. He goes, there's like 30 things here under the counter, and I don't even know where to start to say what they are.
What they are. Wow. Yeah, you'll have to send me the link for it.
I will.
Because I looked it up and I couldn't find it. But anyway, I don't even know what we talked about today, but I thought it was awesome. But it's time to probably let you all go. We've been on for 40 minutes, and we always try to be mindful of your time, our beautiful What the 50s family. But
you are.
We just talked about money.
Oh. Well, all of it has to do with What the 50 plus. So it really sums up of all the different things of What the 50 plus that you think about. I didn't think about vitamins in my 20s.
Nope.
I didn't think about vet bills in my 20s, even though.
You didn't think we'd be spending $800 on vet bills? Hell no. No. In fact, in our 20s, we didn't take our pets to the vet unless they were bleeding, or we didn't even do it.
The only things that I remember my parents taking the dogs to the vet was to get them fixed so they didn't reproduce.
Yep.
And if they got hit by a car.
Neuter and spayed.
Seriously.
And yeah,
We
if
didn't
they
give
got, yeah,
heartworm pills. We didn't give flea pills. We didn't.
if they were broken or neuter or spayed, that's it.
If
Yep.
they were out, and most of our pets were outside, but if they did have a flea infestation, I remember my dad taking the oil from the tractor when he changed the oil and bathing the dogs in it. So apparently fleas did not like oil.
It would suffocate them.
Yeah.
It would suffocate them. Yeah. When Emerald got lice from school, which is common, oil and rosemary and the oil.
They say any essential
Same with
oils.
ticks. Same with
Yeah.
ticks. You put oil and stuff, and they start to suffocate, so that the ticks will come out.
I wish my parents had done that. They did a match. So you took a match. I
Hurt their
know.
little ass, and they
It
pull
was the
out.
one Mom missed. Just the heat, getting it. You didn't have to touch it. You got it close enough, and they let go, and then Mom
Yeah.
would pick it off and smash it. That is a really
Yeah.
gross topic, but it's reality.
It is. Oh my god.
I just
That's
had
a
such
great
a
way to end the show.
flashback because we lived out in the country and we were always in the woods playing, and we had ticks all the time. We did.
I love it. I love it. Well, look, what the 50 family, we had a few new people, I think. Tampa Bay
Awesome.
2020, I'm not sure who that is, and Johnny Marisol. So welcome. They're gone now, but thank you for joining us. And whoever's on right now, we didn't get a lot of people talking to us today, but that's okay. When we're on here live, we always love your input. Please,
Oh,
you know,
please.
tell
Even
us
if you
what
just
you
tell us
think.
we're batshit crazy and what the hell are we talking about, we're okay with that.
We don't care. You can tell us to fuck off. We don't care. Just think, well, they wouldn't do that, right?
Hope not.
Anyway, we love you so much, and we will definitely see you next week. Hope you
Thanks,
have a beautiful
everybody.
Thursday.